Hey, I'm Mark,
And I'm Craig.
and this is Songwriter's Tales.
It is, and we have another special artist spotlight segment. And this time we're going to reverse, and Mark is going to introduce this next guest because he has known her for quite a while. Take it, Mark.
Yes, today we have the amazing singer-songwriter Jamie O'Neill. And when I say I've known Jamie for a long time, she used to sing demos for me. And she, even then, you knew she was going to be a star. She had such a star quality to her voice and to her delivery. So we are super lucky to get her and super excited to talk to her. So let's do it. I want to talk to you, Jamie, about your songwriting process. I mean, that's
Yes.
kind of what we, what to you makes a good song, or maybe how do you know when you get an idea and you think, okay, there's something there? Because I mean, everybody has a different story there, but I would love to know because you've been so successful writing for yourself and for other artists, which is really cool. What's what makes an idea something special for you?
I think every time it's a little unique in how you go about writing, and for me, I do better if I focus on one thing at a time. Like instead of trying to chase everything. Like if I'm really okay, I'm writing for an album. This album, I want to write. Schedule out these writing dates and then be thinking and looking around all the time for ideas. And a lot of times it might be like a story a friend tells or a magazine article. It could be a headline, or it could be, something within the story that you've read that's like, hey, that would make a cool song. I know a lot of songwriters get ideas from movies, Somebody says
Hmm.
something and then you think that would be cool, but we could slant it this way. Um, and so it definitely starts for me with an idea, like does anyone have an idea? But if you try for me to put a melody to lyrics, that never works. I have to do a melody first and then put the lyrics to
Mm,
the melody.
interesting.
That
Yeah.
I was going to mention one of your countrymen, Barry Gibb. I read one time where somebody had asked him a very similar question, and he said he always does the music first,
Yeah.
and and that makes sense in so many ways. He said now we've got a vehicle that kind of gives us our cadence, gives us our rhythm, kind of gives us the general character of the song, so that you know the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then some other songwriter will come along and completely blow that one out of the water and and say it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Well,
Well,
Steve Dorff, I think,
I
was
was just,
talking about
I was
that.
just about to say, Steve Dorff said that he reads a lyric and then instantly hears a melody. So I think it's kind of however you're wired.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think everyone's different. And sometimes you could have a melody coming in and someone else has a great idea or a title, but it doesn't suit the melody. Like if
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
song is supposed to be kind of sad or melancholy or mysterious, and then it's a happy melody that sounds too like these two don't match up. That can
Hmm.
happen. And then sometimes you'll just like throw away the melody if the idea is so great. Oh, we got to write that and change the melody to fit that. So, I mean, I do think every day that you write is a different story of how you
Sure.
get there, but whether you love it and whether you think it's great. And I've always told my daughter, because she's a songwriter, like if you're, and she writes by herself, which I never write by myself, but she's plays well and everything. That if you get halfway through a song with a co-writer and you don't like it, you gotta speak up. Because if you finish the song and spend all that time on a song and then you go, it's okay, then you've wasted that time. When really, if you're honest, first of all, it just cuts out all the waste. But also, you can get to another idea. You can follow another idea that might be 10 times better. But if you keep going with something that you just think is not great, you're not going to do anything with it.
Man,
So I think it's
that's great.
important to be
That's
honest.
gospel. That is
You know,
gospel.
we learned that lesson. Mark and I started writing 30 years ago, and Mark was one of the first co-writers I'd ever written with. And when someone tells you that that's the stupidest idea I've ever heard in my life, you really humbles you.
I don't remember ever saying that, but
No, you never did. But
Well, you're
I
right,
always
though.
say, if
Yeah.
someone says, if someone finishes a song and then says it's okay, I always say, well, why'd you finish it? If it's just okay, you know.
yeah, that's a good point.
That's a great advice too, because
Sometimes,
so your
though,
daughter.
if one writer is in love with it, you know, then what are you going to do?
Sure.
You know, because a lot of times
Well, you know,
write in thirds.
Yeah, it's interesting because one of the things that we've some of the people we've had on over at Zach Brown's Camp Southern Ground, if you're familiar with what he's got going on down there, writing with the veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we've had several people been on the show that work down there, and then have started the songwriting program down there, and you know, it's interesting, honesty in songs, and because when you think about poetry and the honesty that comes out when you're writing a from the heart song rather than just trying to come up with some kind of clever cliched pop idea to get on the radio. There's a big difference there, and the soul and the blood and the guts that are in a real song really shines. And it's interesting when you get with co-writers like you're doing and sharing that. I think even a bond happens between the songwriters, you know, on a level that doesn't happen just in a, you know, casual coffee conversation, you know. So
Yeah,
there's something
absolutely.
magical.
Yeah, and the better friends you can be, and you know, being open and honest with sharing stories and everything, then the better the songs are too. Because it to me, it is kind of
Yeah.
hard to write with people I don't really know. I find it hard.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, yeah, there's no history. Yeah, I totally get that. So you were saying that your daughter is a songwriter. Tell us about her.
She is a senior at Belmont. She's 22, and she's been writing for a long time. You know, 10 years. She wrote her first song when she was about 12, and she plays a lot of shows out and has opened for me with and without a band.
cool.
Sometimes just her and her guitar. And yeah, I'm just really proud of her. She's going to be coming out with new music soon. She's got some music out, and she'll be coming out. And a lot, like I said, she writes a lot by herself. So really, really proud of her.
That's so awesome. That is
Yeah.
so awesome. So, tell us a little bit about what's going on with you. You know, I mean, like I said, your career has been incredible, and so I think I just read that you re-released "There Is No Arizona." Is that correct? Recut
I
it.
re-released this anniversary was like July, August of last year, and so we released a
Okay.
version of the Isaacs, and I did the country music cruise with them last year, and just absolutely
Oh,
fell in
fun.
love with them. I mean, I knew Sonia because I'd sung background vocals on her album years ago, and I thought, how cool would it be to do kind of a different, more bluegrass version with
That's
Ben
so
on
awesome.
upright bass, and Sonia was on Mando, and Becky on acoustic, and Janae Fleener played fiddle. So it's you know, entirely different version of the song. So that was really fun to put out.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Got a question. So as far as live, you know, a lot of people are out there touring. What are your plans? Are you you're
I am usually working, thank goodness. Knock on wood. Next week I go out with Ty Herndon to play at a casino in Choctaw, Mississippi, Pearl River Resort. And I just
Cool.
opened for Lori Morgan in Ohio, and that was really cool. And going to Naples, Florida, April 18th. I'm just giving you some highlighted shows because these really stand out for me. It's going to be great, but it's an all-female lineup: Gabby Barrett, Sarah Evans, me, Ray Lynn, in Naples, Florida on April
Oh,
18th.
wow.
So just, you know, playing shows, you know, with other artists that I love, like Andy Griggs. I'll do some shows with him, Billy Dean, and touring. And I do a lot off the new album, and then the hits that everyone knows, and then a few covers thrown in. So we do all kinds.
I love it. I love
what
it.
you got? So Mark, what you got, man?
Well, I just really wanted to thank you, Jamie, for coming on and for sharing a little bit of time with us.
Thank
We
you.
will definitely make sure that we got all your socials and all cool things like that. So we'll definitely put those in there.
Thank you
I
so
will
much.
definitely put some of your music underneath as we're talking to you, just so people can hear it.
Oh, thanks, Lauren.
And I wish you all the best. I mean, it sounds like things are really, really still cooking for you. So
Thank you.
that's
That's so
awesome.
sweet. Thank
Very
you.
happy
You too.
to talk to you. And
Is there anything else you'd like to add that maybe we didn't ask you?
I
Or
don't think so. I think we covered it all. Yeah.
awesome,
well,
awesome.
Thanks, Craig.
it was a
Thanks, Lauren.
pleasure.
Thank
It was a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Thanks
Enjoy
for
your
having me on
weekend
today. Thank you, too.
and stay warm.